And now, Knock 2 Studios presents Common Censored.
Hi, I'm Brad Mims, Deputy Administrator at the Federal Aviation Administration. We are looking for the best and brightest to join us as air traffic controllers. We need a diverse group of air traffic controllers to bring distinct perspectives to handle the ever-changing aerospace landscape. I'm calling on students and alumni from HBCUs, Hispanic serving institutions, and tribal colleges to apply now to become air traffic controllers. I don't want anyone interested to miss out on this amazing career opportunity. Make sure you complete your full application during our application window. The short application window ends on May 8th. We need a diverse, next-generation air traffic workforce with people from all backgrounds. So apply now.
Yeah, I don't know about that. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored. Thanks for being here, you censored commoners out there. I'm Lord Sterling, and this is episode 330. Don't read into the numbers. Nothing Masonic. It's just sequential numbers, guys. Presidential commission to be formed on 9/11 truth? Maybe we got a former congressman coming forward asking for exactly that to happen. We'll check that out. We also have the FCC chair now investigating NPR and PBS. Should we DOGE steamroll them as well? I think so. Bye-bye to both of those, hopefully. We also have Trump barring the 51 former Intel officials, including former CIA Director John Brennan, from federal buildings entirely, which is hilarious and probably a really good move. DOGE also announces plans to cut the federal deficit by $1 trillion for fiscal year 2026, I believe. And they just announced that they already have cut $1 billion in DEI stuff, which is good news. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday, 6:45 p.m.-ish Eastern Time, as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos that is 2025. Use hashtag Common Censored and hashtag InfoInfantry where applicable when you share the show. You can find us on X at Lord Sterling _. We're also on Truth, Getter, Gab, Minds. You should also join our Discord, the Common Censored Think Tank Brain Bank. Thank you to our new followers over on Rumble. Appreciate you guys. Links to all the stories we covered today will be posted in the video description on Rumble after the broadcast. And Mama Mac will be adding timestamps. So if you're watching this later on and need to maximize the efficiency of your time and focus and attention, click on down there, find the topics that interest you, and jump right to the point in this show where we cover said topics. Throw Mama Mac some love over at alplama.com, your new herbal health guru. And if you want to support the show directly, you can hit up our link tree at Common Censored. We do read Rumble rants throughout the broadcast as well. And sharing the show earns you your first enlisted rank in the Common Censored Info Infantry branch of your choice. One mission completed when you share the show, so let us know you shared it and choose your branch of the Info Infantry. Disclaimer: views expressed on Common Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. All right, let's jump into it. So, diversity at the air traffic controllers. I think they should be focusing on skills. That's what I think they should be focusing on. How about this one? We have Donald Trump Jr. posting, "It's real and it's amazing. This White House is fire," as we have the office of Kamala D. Harris webpage now saying 404. This page has been unburdened by what has been. You have reached a broken link. Oh man, so good. Kind of like how the Spanish version of the White House website the other day, they just completely eliminated the Spanish version, and if you went to it, it said like 404 missing link, go home, which brings you to the homepage in English. But the pun with it, considering the illegal immigrants, is hilarious. Go home. Go home. So Donald Trump Jr. posting that. Hilarious. We also have reports, as I discovered in the chat, of a plane crash or alleged plane crash occurring in Philadelphia. What is going on here, guys? Anybody have any insight? Looks like your average everyday hellscape. What the hell, man? Is this another commercial jet? No idea. Just discovering this right now as we're going live. Dozer shared this in the chat too. If this is footage from the same incident, it's interesting. Ashton Forbes saying it's not a plane crash. What the fuck is this? A missile? Here's a door cam video of the occurrence. That does not look like a plane crash. Whatever it was, like, I didn't see it anywhere until the explosion. Was it just so small that we didn't see it until it hit, or was it something that blasted in real quick? The sound volume, the volume's kinda low, but let's take another listen. Oh shit, I did see it fly in there. Damn, if that was a plane, it was going wicked fast. Look at that. Holy fuck balls. Meteor? Plane? Missile? Genie, Final Destination. Never leaving my yard again. I don't blame you. What the hell is going on here? Let's see if there's anything else. I typed in a plane crash. Let's see. Plane crash. Update: plane which crashed in Philadelphia appears to be a Learjet 55 air ambulance from Mexico. It appears to have crashed shortly after takeoff from Philly's executive airport, PNE. No word on what caused it to crash into the ground like a missile, like full throttle, heading down into the ground.
Misericórdia. E era avião relacionado com alguma coisa de emergência.
Whoa.
Caramba, mano. Você tá louco.
Right in the middle of Philadelphia. So we could see some of the fuselage there.
Wow.
This just keeps getting crazier and crazier, dude. The pigs are flying, the planes are crashing.
Get away!
Files are being declassified.
Galera do céu, vocês não estão entendendo. A loucura que tá isso aqui. E o tanto de peça. Olha lá onde tem fogo ali, ó.
From Mexico,
Atingiu foi 2 lugares, não foi só um não. Foram vários lugares.
So here is the alleged aircraft in question. Learjet 55, serial number 55-032, 43-year-old plane. Aircraft XA-UCI tail number. Damn. And it looks like it took off and then crashed almost immediately. Yo. This is getting crazy. Medical Learjet. Yeah, this tweet has a whole different vibe to it now. From a year ago, it will take an airplane crash killing hundreds of people for them to change this crazy policy of DIE. Yeah, I agree, Tulip. keep your feet on the ground for a while, people. I'm not flying anytime soon. No, not flying at all. No. Concerned citizen, plane crash, Philadelphia. Imagine thinking everything happening in the U.S. is just a string of coincidences right now. America is under attack from within. I agree. That helicopter flew directly into that plane, head on. There's no way that was a mistake. All of these coincidences are looking less and less like coincidences to me the more that this continues. Holy crap. Plane crash near Roosevelt Mall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Several homes on fire. Massive emergency response in progress. Look. More footage. This is nuts. This is nuts. What's TIA, Threeper? It was reportedly a small aircraft that crashed carrying 2 individuals. We now know more details about that.
Fox! I know who you are. Can I get... Yeah, just go the long way, bro. Just go the long way.
All right, brother. All right.
Just stay on the other side
This
of this
is nuts.
right here, okay? All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, what a coincidence, Mom Mac. Yeah,
A plane has
academics,
crashed
for
right
real.
off
That
the
thing was like
boulevard
a
at Cottman
frickin'
Avenue. It's on
came in
fire.
like
It's
a
not
missile.
under control. It
We
looks
did
like
see
a side
footage
street.
that showed some of the fuselage, so
All
it does
police
look
and
like
fire.
it was a plane.
It looks like debris here. I'm in a debris field.
Yeah, Billdozer says, I'm not believing any official stories for a little while, not going to claim anything for certain. Yeah, and especially after, Donald Trump said, day 1, we're going to come out. Well, give us day 2 till January 22nd or 21st to come out with a report on the UFOs. And then they gave us nothing. Said it was all FAA approved, even though the FAA had said, oh, that's not us. We don't have no idea what that is. And it's just doing research and various other tasks. What is going on with that? That is weird. It's possible that they have answers, but it might completely freak out the public. And so while they're working with Skywatcher and the whistleblowers to come up with a plan for disclosing the secret space program stuff, they're coming, they had to tell us nothing now until they come up with something. But I don't know. It's they're lying to us. That much is certain.
They're roping off the parking lot. There is thick smoke and the smell of jet fuel. I'm working, I'm sorry, with Fox. I need to get I should have worn a jacket. Sorry, brother.
Just go down around that
I will. There's
Freaking
pieces of the
war
plane
zone.
here. We're near Northeast Philly Airport.
For sure, Ed.
There are lines of police and fire as far as I can see. Black smoke filling the sky over the shopping plaza.
God, signpost, this is Philadelphia today. A Mexican medical Learjet 55 crashed shortly after taking off from a nearby airport
It looks like it's on
in the
a
middle
side
of Philadelphia.
street. Affected. We're right across from a busy shopping center. So, pieces of the plane are in the Roosevelt Mall parking lot. It looks like, according to police, that's why they're roping that off.
Ed, Sean, fucking Mexicans.
This is
Oh my
close.
God. Sig.
There's black smoke.
What's up,
Sorry.
Sig?
Sorry, I'm breathing bad. Flames of black smoke coming over.
Speedworth sent another door cam video too. Let's check it out. Looks like a different one. Holy crap, there it is. Holy shit. Holy shit. I want to like it, but I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, do I like it? Do I not like it? Do I not like it? Because I don't want to like negatively affect the video, but I don't like it. But I like it. Like, what the fuck? You can see from the trajectory of the fall in this case that it's definitely plain. Look at it. Holy fuck. Thanks, God. Sign post says, I pray for all the lost souls. Jeannie says, amen. Totally hardcore Speedworth. Thanks for sharing, even though it's horrific. Multiple casualties reported following a small plane crash. Whoa. Even more footage showing the massive explosion, immediate aftermath of the explosion. Okay, I'll like the video, GD. Good call. No worries, Bulldozer. You're not derailing at all. This is breaking news.
Oh, God.
Is that a secondary explosion or weapons fire? What was that? Let's start that over.
Oh, God.
Page not found. Bayou Gator wouldn't let me access the link.
Oh, my God.
I think we only got part of the link. Post the link by itself because there's a character limit in the chat. Thanks, Gator. Wow. This is bananas. Crash plane reportedly took off from Northeast Philly Airport and didn't make it far. Roosevelt Mall looks like a war zone. Now do you guys understand why I said I'm not flying at this moment? Because it was obvious that shit like this was about to go down.
Yo, that shit just blew up. Yo, look at that shit, yo. Damn.
Yo, look at that shit, yo.
That shit just blew up the whole plaza on Coppin Avenue. Is they okay? Yo. Who's fire? Oh my God, yo, look at
That's right,
this shit.
Cass. What's up, Cass?
Yo. Look, yo. Yo, a plane just crashed on Cottman Ave, y'all. Yo, what the fuck? Look at that. Yo, it just ran into people's houses.
This happened today, Dirk.
Look.
This is today in Philadelphia. Look, this is like right now.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit. That's a whole plane right there burning, y'all. What the fuck? A whole plane just crashed into right here. What the fuck? Yo, that shit just shook the whole plaza. Yo. Yo, look at that shit, y'all.
What the fuck happened? What happened, man? Gator said that this happened in 2015 while he was working at night. But he went to sleep when this happened right next to his house and he slept through it. Happened like 100 yards away. Family killed in a plane crash near Spring Branch. Damn. Right near your house, too? That's nuts. That's crazy, man. Air ambulance crashes in Philadelphia. I've obtained the registration number of the plane that just crashed in Philadelphia from a screenshot of the engine nacelle in the wreckage. It's a medical air ambulance, and it's owned but operated by Jet Rescue Air Ambulance. It's a Learjet 55 XA-UCI. Is aircraft registration. Plane originated from PNE Northeast Philadelphia Airport. I mean, it barely traveled at all. It's like a mile maybe before it crashed. Massive blaze. Debris and smashed cars everywhere. Let's take a look at this. Holy Americans first. It did. It came down like a rocket, dude. Oh, man. This sucks. Plane crashed into a row of houses. Nick Sortor was reporting there. How many minutes before they blame our president? Small plane crashes in northeast Philadelphia. Benny Johnson says, I hate to be that guy, but this does not look like a plane crash. It actually does look like a plane crash in this view, which we saw moments ago. You can see that is a plane. Absolutely a plane. Damn. More footage over here. That's the footage we just saw. Damn, dude. This is crazy. All right, let us know if there's any more updates. Cartel Air, Whiskey Peddler says. Oh, man. Speedworth, Learjet, 2 pilots, 2 doctors, 1 patient, 1 family member, possible oxygen tank explosion that caused it to crash into a mall. Wow. Was there a pilot? That's the question people are asking about the helicopter situation a couple days ago. They're claiming there are people on board. But I saw another video where they're talking about how in October they released remote-controlled Black Hawk helicopters. Is that just a coincidence? Was the helicopter taken over by remote control? I don't know, but people are asking questions. Let's continue on with the news. And if there's anything else that pops up in regards to this, feel free to post links in the chat and we'll scope it out. But in a little bit better news than the horrible, tragic plane crash that just occurred in Philadelphia, we have Musk and DOGE proposing to slash the U.S. deficit by $1 trillion. Elon Musk has outlined a plan through the Department of Government Efficiency to reduce the U.S. federal deficit from $2 trillion to $1 trillion by fiscal year 2026. This involves cutting around $4 billion in spending daily. This strategy includes terminating contracts related to DIE and other, quote, wasteful expenditures. Musk suggests that economic growth should offset the remaining deficit, aiming for zero inflation by 2026. However, experts express skepticism regarding the feasibility and the direct impact on inflation. Elon also just announced that DOGE has now saved taxpayers over $1 billion in crazy DEI contracts, reposting the official Department of Government Efficiency at DOGE on X, saying through 1/29/2025, 85 DEIA-related contracts totaling approximately $1 billion have been terminated within the Department of Education, GSA, OPM, EPA, DOL, Treasury, DOD, USDA, Commerce, DHS, VA, HHS, State, NSF, NRC, NLRB, PBGC, USAID, RRB, SSA, SBA, BLM, CFPB, NPS, and NOAA. It's too much. Get rid of all of them. The alphabet soup from hell. Just eliminate it. That's just too much stuff right there. I don't care if they got rid of the diversity programs within it. Just that list is too much to say. We shouldn't have to. There shouldn't be that many things. Read Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution that gives powers to Congress. They don't have authority over any of that crap, basically. Oh, man. Hugo Vale saying it's crazy how much wealth they took from us and just threw it left and right without any care. It's like throwing money into a fire pit. Yeah, what people think paying taxes is like, yeah, they're using it for roads and for things that are important. What it's actually like, just dumping it into a fire pit. Accurate description. So Elon Musk says reducing the federal deficit from $2 trillion to $1 trillion in fiscal year 2026 requires cutting an average of around $4 billion a day. in projected 2026 spending from now to September 30th. That would still result in a around $1 trillion deficit, but economic growth should be able to match that number, which would mean no inflation in 2026. Super big deal. And what was I going to say? I got distracted by the chat. Oh, right. Originally, their plan was to cut $2 trillion. And that was when they had Elon and Vivek. But then they got rid of Vivek, and it's like they divided it by 2, and now the 2 trillion turned to 1 trillion, and it's like, oh, come on. If we had Vivek, we could do twice as much. So kind of a bummer. I'm still a little bummed out on that. Let's see. So this is trending. Link will be in the description if you want to check it all out. Elon also says inflation is caused by government spending. And I said, no. Inflation is printing money. That's what inflation is. They changed the definition in the early 2000s to distract from the bankers behind the curtains operating the printing presses, typing in the zeros on the computers and hitting enter. And they changed the definition so that instead of paying attention to the cause, you focus on the results, which is the increase in prices. Historically, inflation is the expansion of the monetary base itself, which then causes an increase in prices. So I don't like when people say inflation is the prices going up or it's caused by government spending. Inflation is printing money, period. But as he points out here, inflation is a hidden tax, like Ron Paul says, so this is definitely...
Inflation throughout history has been used as a pernicious tax.
Right. It's the third form of conquest, military conquest, but you can't convince armies to fight for your cause all the time. Religious conquest, but you can't convince people to fight for your God all the time. And then economic conquest, where they siphon the value out of your bank account by printing money elsewhere, and it looks the same to you. You still have $1,000 in the account, hasn't changed, but the value disappears. So it's like a hidden inflation tax that people just don't even understand is happening. The most pernicious and insidious form of conquest, highly and most effective. So
because it's like it's 1 degree removed, so people don't feel it directly. They sort of, and then the politicians will try to blame it on something else. But it's all about government spending. Inflation throughout history.
I mean, it is about government spending because that's how they print money. But the printing money itself is inflation. What's this, Mama Mac? There are multiple flights in an emergency distress call Squawk 7700. Simultaneously, Mama Mac is asking, are there more planes in trouble? I don't know, Mama Mac. Carrie Lee saying this is orchestrated. They'll blame Trump for it. They're not done with the planes. Something is going on here. Something is going on in here. Look at this. 6 near collisions that occurred in the first 2 months of 2023. Here they're talking about that. There were reports that the helicopter the other day had also had a couple near misses, but I never saw that confirmed 100%. Let's move on to our next topic as we have the new Trump FCC chair who is launching an investigation of NPR and PBS. Taxpayer funding under increased scrutiny. Yeah, we need to stop all the taxpayer funding. In my opinion, Brendan Carr, the head of the Federal Communications Commission under Trump, is launching an investigation of National Public Radio and the Public Broadcasting Service. Both organizations are already facing loss of taxpayer funding, but this investigation will increase pressure on lawmakers to pull that funding out, using taxpayer funding to push partisan politics, unfortunately. Oh, Dozer says, posted this, at least 6 fatalities confirmed in the Philadelphia plane crash comprising 2 pilots, 2 doctors, 1 patient, and 1 family member.
Patient.
Thanks for the update,
Were they landing
Bill.
or taking off? Taking off.
I guess they all ran from here, huh?
Yeah, they locked the doors too.
Just chaos, man. Chaos. Fuck. Conservative Americans have been calling for the defunding of NPR and PBS for years, including myself, conservatives and libertarians. There are countless examples of these organizations acting as surrogates for the Democrat Party. That's right, investigate the hell out of them. They do not even try to appear to be politically balanced, even though they're funded in part by taxpayers. I remember being in like 20, or maybe like the end of high school age and arguing with my mom about this. And she was like, NPR, it's balanced, unbiased. I'm like, oh my God, like how can anybody possibly actually believe that? Fox News reports Trump FCC chair targets NPR PBS for investigation ahead of congressional threats to defund. The Federal Communications Commission has launched an investigation into media outlets PBS and National Public Radio over member stations potentially airing, quote, prohibited commercial advertisements, according to a letter obtained by the New York Times. Quote, I am concerned that NPR and PBS broadcasts could be violating federal law by airing commercials, FCC Chair Brendan Carr wrote, according to the Times. Quote, in particular, it is possible that NPR and PBS member stations are broadcasting underwriting announcements that cross the line into prohibited commercial advertisements. The FCC allows businesses to support non-commercial radio and television stations, such as NPR, PBS, or college radio stations via on-air announcements known as underwriting sponsorships. The sponsorships, though similar to advertisements, face different FCC rules than typical TV or radio ads. Washington Free Beacon has more about this. Both outlets have long faced scrutiny. NPR senior editor Uri Berliner resigned in April after he was suspended for criticizing Maher's divisive views and devastating bias. The Washington Free Beacon reported that month that Maher had dismissed widespread looting and property damage during the summer 2020 riots, saying it was, quote, hard to be mad about the destruction. Carr's investigation aligns with President Donald Trump's campaign pledge to cut wasteful spending and boost government efficiency. Shortly after his election victory in November, Trump named Carr, a longtime Republican member of the FCC, to lead the commission, saying Carr is a, quote, warrior for free speech and, quote, will end the regulatory onslaught that has been crippling America's job creators and innovators. Good stuff. NPR and PBS have received federal funding for decades through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. For fiscal year 2025, the CPB received around $535 million from the federal government, from us, in other words, which is distributed among public broadcasting entities, including NPR and PBS. Get rid of them all. Conservatives should not be expected to fund organizations which actively work against their political beliefs and aspirations. If the left wants to support NPR and PBS, they're free to do so through charitable contributions. Exactly. Voluntarism, baby. That's what this is all supposed to be about. In other news, I saw this meme that I thought was pretty good, so I just wanted to put it out there for you guys to get and share. I don't really care, Margaret. Made J.D. Vance look like all classic 50s style. Oh, man. So good. So good. Taking that clip, that quote from the interview the other day. We also have Trump commenting on the D.C. Black Hawk situation, saying it was flying too high by a lot. This is looking more and more suspicious. As time goes, President Trump has indeed chimed in now, confirming the altitude of the Black Hawk was too high. He said, the Black Hawk helicopter was flying too high by a lot. It was far above the 200-foot limit. That's not really too complicated to understand, is it? Now this, here's one of the examples where they were talking about how the chopper allegedly had a few close calls already that night, but the post is gone from X. It has been deleted, so I don't know if that information is accurate. Well, there are countless facts still to be uncovered and scrutinized. There is an early indication that the worst U.S. air disaster since 9/11 may have resulted from a flight path deviation by the Army helicopter that collided with a passenger jet landing at Washington's Reagan National Airport. Remarkably, it appears an identical disaster may have been narrowly avoided just one day earlier, when an airline pilot chose to abort landing after deeming another helicopter was dangerously close. Control tower staffing is also emerging as a major concern, including a decision to allow one controller to leave work. early. Here's we do have clearer, more close-up footage now, and you can see the helicopter just flying right into the plane, head on. This is only one of the new angles, I believe. Like, this is not an accident. Oh, yeah, that's right. Matt Bracken, Gator sent me a link to Bracken's Substack. I didn't get a chance to look through it yet. But Bracken is good, so I'm sure it's good. Oh my God, Loki's crawling around somewhere, somewhere on the ground down there. I'm gonna have to find her in a second. We also now have the Black Hawk helicopter pilot identified as Chief Warrant Officer Andrew Eves. Multiple sources, including family and friends, have confirmed that the Chief Warrant Officer Andrew Eves was one of the pilots aboard the Black Hawk helicopter. He is survived by his wife and children, sadly. Earlier, Fox News obtained exclusive information regarding the crew members aboard the Army helicopter at the time of the accident. The instructor pilot commanding the Black Hawk boasted 1,000 flying hours, and I misread the post yesterday posted by Mama Mac. I thought that the commenter had said that they were inexperienced pilots and had said that they had 1,000 hours and 500 hours. But no, they said they were experienced pilots, and that is accurate. Meanwhile, his co-pilot was a woman with 500 flying hours, which is considered to be standard level of experience in these aviation circles. Now, the local newspaper, the Macon Beacon, first reported the incident on its Facebook page, detailing the community's loss. Here's the post if you want to read it. He was a Central Academy graduate who grew up in the Brooksville area. Just horrible stuff, man. Horrible stuff all around. But there are good things happening too. Like all 6 FBI executive assistant directors and 25 special agents in charge being out at the FBI, according to an FBI whistleblower. And that's pretty good news. Pretty good news. The title is updated to reflect all 6 executive directors were terminated, not 6 of 7, which was the original title. So they fixed that. While incoming FBI Director Kash Patel sat in front of a Senate subcommittee for his hours-long confirmation hearing yesterday, the house cleaning at the FBI was well underway. According to a CNN report, at least 6 FBI leaders have been removed or told to resign by Monday. This adds to the purge that took place this week at the Department of Justice, National Labor Relations Board, and Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. At least a dozen employees at the DOJ were fired on Monday, mainly those involved in the political prosecutions levied against President Trump during the pause between his administrations. At the NLRB, President Trump fired both General Counsel Jennifer Abruzzo and Gwynne Wilcox, the Demon Rat board member appointed by Joe Biden. Commissioners Charlotte Burrows and Jocelyn Samuels at the EEOC were fired as well. First firing by a president since the board's creation under the 1964 Civil Rights Act. A missing seat already leaves just 2 members, falling short of a quorum and rendering the commission ineffective. How sad. FBI whistleblower Kyle Seraphin revealed last night that the purge went beyond the 6 executive assistant directors. It also included 25 special agents in charge. Bye-bye, Sachs. According to Seraphin, there are 3 individual leadership positions at the top of the FBI. The director, the deputy director, and the associate deputy director. Below that, there are 6, quote, branch heads, unquote, known as executive assistant directors, while the special agents in charge, SACs, lead each of the 56 field offices across the country. You know how I know about SACs? From Breaking Bad. From Hank. Wasn't he a SAC? So let's hop over to X here and check out this video posted by CanCon at CanCon Actual of this Badlands Media clip with Kyle Seraphin breaking down the details.
Because I got all the receipts. I've been getting nonstop text messages from FBI guys because you guys probably saw what happened tonight, but maybe you haven't.
What happened tonight?
Oh, what happened tonight? Well, as the day ended and the sun began to set on this American country, what we saw was the downfall of 25 special agents in charge of field offices around the FBI. Again, there are only 55 total, and all but 30 of them lost their flipping jobs, as well as 6 executive assistant directors have been walked out of the 7. The way the FBI org chart works is as follows. There's a director. There's a deputy director.
You
and
excited
then
about
there's
this,
associate
Loki?
deputy director. That's the 1, 2, and 3 at the FBI. Below that, there are 7 branch heads known as executive assistant director, and 6 of those 7 got fired today. Well, they were told to resign or find a new place to go or retire. And so they chose that. So the head of the snake just got squished. And by the way, one of them, who I won't say that I named personally to Kash Patel, because that would be totally not something I would do, but one of them who may or may not have refused to sign off on my religious accommodation request and may or may not have been the guy that I went and kind of issued a threat to his guys in Las Vegas last week that he was going to lose his job. He has lost his job. Spencer Evans, formerly now of the Las Vegas field office in Las Vegas, Nevada. Adios, Spencer, you fucker.
He was the guy that was front and center during the Trump Tower thing, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's the guy. I sent him a letter in December of 2021, and I said, the thing that you are doing is evil. In no uncertain terms, you're doing the same thing that the Nazis did during the Holocaust. What they did is they said, I'm following orders. They didn't question them. And I said, this should hang like a weight on your heart when you go to bed at night. It should be the last thing you think about, because it's the last thing I think about. And, the story is not done yet. And here we are, just like Alpha vindicated in the courtroom in California, Cat City. We are also seeing some vindications across the country from my friends, the Suspendables, who are.
The Suspendables. Drunken Rocky, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Boom. Happy Friday to all you censored commoners out there. Jeannie, good to see you too.
Former FBI agents who got suspended forever because they just said, we're not going to do this thing. And by the way, we're not going to get your shots. And also, we're allowed to go to Congress. It turns out that 5 U.S.C. 7211 allows us the right to go to Congress and share information. So there's supposed to be a Whistleblower Protection Act in this country. It doesn't really exist.
Yep.
But we're seeing a little bit of a backswing right now. And I'm going to call it accountability because I don't do retribution, but there's some accountability that's coming into play, and it's good times.
Good times indeed. You love to see it. Fire them all. Fire them all. Let's see. Back to the article over here. One of the sacks, according to Seraphin, was Special Agent in Charge Spencer Evans, who spearheaded the investigation into the alleged suicide of the Green Beret who blew up the Tesla Cybertruck, Matthew Leivelsberger. Very interesting. We also have one of the individuals fired, posted by Benny Johnson, reposted on Getter over here by Citizen Free Press. The assistant director at the FBI Washington field office, David Sundberg, has officially been fired and is preparing to exit the bureau. The name sounds pretty familiar. He's probably been involved in a lot of this stuff. I'm drawing a blank on the specifics, though. So, good stuff. Clean house over there, man. Clean house. Clean house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today we had the Kash Patel hearing for FBI director. We had Tulsi Gabbard for Office Director of National Intelligence, and we had part 2 of the RFK Jr. hearing. We live streamed all 3 of those here at Badlands. Had some commentary.
Apparently, during the podcast, Seraphin also alluded to Patel already being in charge of the FBI, but acknowledged Brian Driscoll as the acting director. That's the thing that I've heard too, is that even if the Senate decides not to confirm some of these people, basically all President Trump has to do is appoint them as a special advisor and then delegate the departments that he wants to control underneath them. So he'll be able to control the director of the department, effectively de facto giving them department control. So there's like we could do this the easy way, Democrats, or we could do it the hard way. We could do it the hard way if you want. Driscoll was the special agent in charge of the New Jersey field office and a former HRT commander during the FBI raids at Mar-a-Lago. I'm not sure exactly what point they discussed that in here, so we'll move on. And we'll jump into this story we just briefly touched on yesterday. Former senior Obama and Clinton aide sentenced to 11 years for attempted child rape. I think we can say that on YouTube, hopefully. Apparently, he flew to Britain to meet a 9-year-old for inappropriate purposes. A former senior advisor to Barack Obama has been sentenced to 11 and a half years in prison. Sounds about 1/11 of the time he should be sentenced to. Rahamim Shai, 47, was arrested in February 2024 by police in the United Kingdom after traveling to the country with a view to meeting a 9-year-old girl for things we can't say on YouTube. Shai had reportedly planned the meeting for around a month, speaking with an individual named, quote, Debbie, unquote, who said she was the child's grandmother, BBC reports. This guy, they don't have wood chipper laws in England, I'm guessing, but they should. However, the woman in question was an undercover police officer. During his trial, the court heard how Shai had described in gruesome detail how he would abuse the girl, despite the fact that her age of 9 was a, quote, tad late. Oh my God, fire up the wood chippers. This is not a human. This is a demon. This is, I would say this is a dog, but dogs are good, generally speaking. This is like, calling him a rat is too good. I don't know. This guy's a fucking parasite on humanity. Nevertheless, he insisted it would be a, quote, honor to be her first. Upon his arrest, law enforcement found toys and condoms in his luggage while his phone contained indecent images of children. Wood chippers! On Wednesday, Shai was found guilty at Luton Crown Court of arranging the commission of a child sex offense and possessing indecent photographs of a child. Sentenced to 11 years and 6 months, that's it? Although the nature of Britain's penal system means that he will likely serve around half that time. So, you think that dirty dudes like this are just connected with the Obamas and the Clintons aren't involved with any type of shit like this? I doubt it. Investigate. Everybody. Genie, bring back the gallows. Fire up the wood chippers. Public stoning. I don't know. But this cannot be allowed. Examples need to be made. People need to be terrified to do shit like this. In other news, my future wife, Natalie Winters, the one and only, is the center of a fashion controversy at the White House. Natalie Winters, a 23-year-old White House correspondent and co-host of Steve Bannon's War Room on Rumble. I can't believe she's only 23. I'm not saying she looks older than 23, but her mental capacity and focus and clarity is pretty advanced for 23. She's super, super smart, in other words. Kind of like Caroline Leavitt, only 27. Awesome as press secretary. Really impressive. So she's drawn attention not only for her reporting, but for her wardrobe choices. Recent critiques have focused on her attire being deemed inappropriate by some, or exactly what we're looking for by Lord Sterling, sparking a debate about professionalism in journalism. How about you don't judge a fucking book by its cover? And you just, pay attention to the fruits of the tree, right? This is so high school, man. It's ridiculous. Oh, I don't like her clothes. Well, what about the reporting? She does good work. She's super, super good at her job. Defenders argue her style does not detract from her journalism achievements, while critics question the decorum of her fashion at official events. It's fine to have trannies swinging their tits around, their fake tits around in the White House lawn, but you can't have a respectable journalist from the War Room. So here's Natalie's response. I wouldn't have even responded to her. It's not the greatest look, but she does get a little feisty.
Her weird chest.
And she says, since they can't censor us anymore, they're trying to discredit this show by attacking my clothes. So have fun covering my wardrobe choices for the next 4 years. I'll be in the briefing room hosting one of the most influential podcasts in history. That's right.
On the White House, her weird chests on the White House lawn. I don't think anyone had to apologize for that. But more precisely to this point, obviously, I could sit here and jump on the dysgenic stuff that I've been witnessing every day. I will, but before we get to that, I mean, look, Steve, they've tried to shut down this show every single way that they can, the kitchen sink and more, from throwing you in prison to censoring us to deplatforming us to debanking us to ripping us off every podcast chart known to man. And now that we won, and that these stupid outlets and entities and cutouts like the Global Disinformation Index that they've weaponized to come after us, that President Trump has defunded and exposed and gone after, now that they no longer can smear us for being agents of misinformation, someone who has a master's degree in journalism at the Daily Mail, now to discredit this show and myself, is going to write a 1,000-word article criticizing me, trying to make me look like a vapid, dumb bimbo for wearing a sweater. And I have news for those people. If you want to attack or impugn my work for what I choose to wear, have fun covering my wardrobe choices for the next 4 years while you sit in a stupid cubicle as a low-level reporter for the Daily Mail. I'll be in the White House press briefing room co-hosting one of the most influential podcasts that has ever existed in the history of this country. Just ask, I don't know, Peter Daszak, Kevin McCarthy, or preemptively pardoned Anthony Fauci. By the way, you're welcome for that because it was our work that led to that pardon. So absolutely disgusting. I'm not even going to sit here and play the sexist card. I don't care. I'm above that. But it just shows you, now that they can't attack us for spreading misinformation, because why? We've been right. Now they're going to say that they don't like my sweater. So have at it. Have fun covering my wardrobe for the next 4 years.
Yep.
Weird
chat. I think they're just jealous. That's probably what it is. Like Jackie says over here at redhead_1862000 over on X. I think that you were just jealous because Natalie Winters is adorable. Here she is, controversial White House correspondent slammed over inappropriate outfits. I mean, her skirt's a little short. She wore a nice sweat. Is that inappropriate on the right for White House press corps? I don't know. Kind of ridiculous, but look at her. She's beautiful. She's amazing. She's smart. She's doing a great job. So she deserves to be there. And we'll be looking forward to covering her work as the topic or as this administration unfolds. I have the link to the all the controversy in there if you want to check it out on your own. But we love Natalie Winters. We support the War Room, and we are happy to see independent media now being included in the White House press corps. Smelling McGroin, good call. So Natalie Winters is dressed inappropriately, but John Fetterman with his grubby sweatshirts is totally fine. On the other hand, that's right, Smelling McGroin, the Commodore. Let's see what we got next. SpaghettiOs. Trump bans ex-intelligence officials from federal buildings. President Trump has issued an order banning the 51 former intelligence officials who had previously suggested Hunter Biden's laptop was part of a Russian disinformation campaign from entering any federal buildings. This action expands on an earlier executive order that revoked their security clearances. The officials involved include notable figures like John Brennan, John Bolton, and James Clapper, among others. The 51 former intel officials who engaged in brazen election interference and lied about the Hunter Biden laptop have now been banned from entering federal buildings. It should be noted that this will likely negatively impact their consulting and lobbying grift. Spies who lied. Bye-bye. No more soup for you. Trump just banned all of the 51 intelligence agents who lied about Hunter Biden's laptop from entering all federal buildings. Here they are, you scumbags. Good riddance. So this is hilarious. Hilarious. You just love to see it. In other crazy news, take a look at this. We got Donald Trump taking off the shoes to play tennis against Serena Williams wearing a suit. This just gets crazier and crazier.
But I do have this beautiful moment that was that came up in the feeds, and I mean, this is like the Donald Trump.
What's up, Biggs?
Joe Biden could have never have done this, and he is actually playing tennis with Serena Williams in a suit. Watch this. Here it is. The moment.
Oh,
He's
nice,
barefoot.
Trucker Rocky. I never seen it. This is cool.
Takes his shoes off. Look at this.
Oh, nails it.
What is up? Look at that. President Trump playing tennis. Yeah. He's beating that tennis ball like Kamala Harris. Oh, right into the net. Right into the net. Come on, you got another one there. Come on, let's see what you got. Oh, there it is.
Accurate, Trapper. What's up, Trapper, by the way?
Oh, my goodness.
Happy post-Liberation Day.
How crazy is this? I've never seen anything like it.
That was a
Unreal.
legit return. It looked like he
President
intentionally
Trump
sent that
right
ball out
there,
to the crowd
playing
there.
Tennis. Yeah, he's beating those tennis balls just like he is beating the illegals out of this country.
Takcho in the house. What's up, bro? They should have watched those 51 people. They might go work for the enemy now. That's what I'm worried about. The CIA with their black projects and the FBI and everything. And if they fire all these people, they'll just continue operating with the black budgets that they get from like selling drugs and trafficking humans and stuff. They'll just take the operation and go underground. Still be operating. These people need to be watched 24/7 if that's even possible. And yeah, because they're going to be doing some shady shit. I got a feeling. We also have a former Congressman, Kurt Weldon, coming out. They ended my career to hide the truth about 9/11. Kurt Weldon coming out to propose to President Trump what amounts to a 9/11 Truth Commission. Imagine that, guys.
Hey, come see us on tour in Los Angeles, Dallas, Texas, Austin, Baltimore, Atlantic City, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Get your tickets at jimmydore.com. That's where they're the most affordable. I was reading over at the Architects and Firefighters for 9/11 Truth, and they say former Pennsylvania Congressman Kurt Weldon, who previously had a career in firefighting, is coordinating with AE 9/11 Truth and other researchers in the 9/11 Truth movement to present the incoming Trump administration with a proposal for a presidential commission to re-examine the 9/11 evidence.
Huge. And if you're not familiar with AE 9/11 Truth, that's Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. AE911truth.org. It's thousands of architects and engineers from around the world who have all come together to say that the official narrative from the 9/11 Commission and the NIST report is physically impossible bullshit. So that's a good group to know about. Go over to their website, check out all they have to offer over there, the various information available. They know what's up, and this is not a appeal to authority or bandwagon logical fallacy type situation. These guys are actually just a group of people who actually understand what's going on. That's right, Mama Mac. We need the truth about 9/11. We need the truth about the USS Liberty. We need the truth about Operation Northwoods, Operation Gladio, the JFK assassination, all this stuff. And it all connects to Israel, unfortunately.
Weldon, who maintains strong connections to Washington, D.C., including the members of the incoming Trump administration, described the 9/11 Commission as a joke and a cover-up, and says he...
So it's frustrating when they're stopping all international foreign aid, except for Israel and Egypt. Our greatest ally, who's responsible in large part for the greatest attacks against our country. We need to get to the truth of all this, Mama Mac.
He wants to help A&E 9/11 Truth get its evidence. When I watched the film that was shown to me, and I saw a New York firefighter enter floor 78 of the tower and report back verbally that he saw 2 fires and could handle them, and 5 minutes later the building collapses, I said, wait a minute, this is outrageous. I can't believe that we haven't investigated this before now.
Holy fuck.
I've had on here Professor Emeritus from University of Alaska who debunked the whole official story on how Building 7 fell down. And I always say in my comedy act that if you think Building 7 fell into its own footprint because a plane hit another building hundreds of yards away, I've got a vaccine I'd like to sell you. So
too soon, man. It's too soon, man, for that joke. Damn. Really good joke, though. All right, let's go ahead and terminate the YouTube broadcast because Speedworth just sent some footage that we got to play, unfortunately, but that also is not YouTube friendly. So if you're watching over on YouTube, click that link, open up a new tab, come join us on Rumble or X, where we can speak freely, where the water is warm, where we all float down here on Alt Tech. Yeah, we're going over to Rumble for this one, Gator. All right, so come join us on Rumble or X if you can't make it. Sorry to have to ditch you, but we're going to keep going for a couple hours. So come join us if you want to continue with the fun. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Monday for more Common Censored. Until then, let's get ready to rumble!